All right. Now, of course, we are discussing the teacher strike in the education sector a little later on in Checkpoint. But let's set this up a little bit now. Teachers now want the ministry to exit the negotiating table. The Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET, says the talks should be left to the unions and the Teacher Service Commission. But as KTN'S Asha Mwilu reports, concerns are emerging that the unions are taking advantage of the situation. Watch this.
Edwin Kering has no choice but to study at home. Although he sits his KCSE this year, the ongoing teachers' strike means that Edwin must begin his Form 4 syllabus all by himself.
The strike is really affecting my studies, especially in subjects like mathematics, English and chemistry. Unlike subjects like history where you can just read by yourself, these other subjects need the teacher to explain.
My
son is just at home. He's a candidate, but he has no options but to study by himself. As parents, we have already paid the school fees. The fees is now going to waste.
But Margaret's cry will only fall on deaf ears. The rift between teachers and the government is just getting wider.
Let me warn the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, that in this pay dispute, the Ministry of Education has no role to play. Let him give that advice to the Teacher Service Commission if that advice can better the terms and conditions of service for workers. In fact, in this dispute, we only expect to meet Teacher Service Commission because that is the person who is created for our direct engagement and involvement.
If you engage in an illegal strike for whatever period, why should you be paid? We will be very firm on that one. It's not a threat. It is what a good nation must do.
We are not engaging teachers.
Other stakeholders, however, think that the teachers' unions are simply crying wolf and are out to advance their own agenda.
Truth is, most of the teachers don't feel this way. A few unionists are taking this country for a run. A few of them.
It's not that we hate anybody. It's not that we don't like our children, the parents. No. We want the very best for this country. We want the very best for the government.
Some of them, we know what they are up to. Some of them are even eyeing political positions for 2017. And therefore, it is for their own political profiling that they are choosing to lead this country in the places they are leading this country.
Previously, leading trade unionists Tom Boya, Juma Boy, and Joseph Mugala graduated into national politics. They all served as Kotu Secretary General. The unions are also seen as wielding too much power in the education sector.
The ministry cannot move. They cannot even adjust a sentence in any policy because the unions will say no. And when they say no, the sector will not move.
But while this back and forth continues in Nairobi, students like Edwin Kering in Uasin Gishu County can only sit back, wait, and hope that the stalemate will soon end. Asha Mwilu, KTN.